Pokemon, where do we start? We are talking about, obviously, the Pokemon Presents that just landed. We've just finished watching it. I did just change my top. It's nothing to do with me spilling sauce on it. I promise. I feel like they missed a trick here. The 27th of February, the 27th year since Pokemon Red and Blue came out. Okay, wait. I'm getting way too ahead of myself right now. Where do we start? Hang on. Sorry, what was that? Alan, what was that? Oh, hey everyone. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. Otherwise, I'll be really upset. Oh, thank you, Alan. That was so sweet of you to say that. Oh, okay, bye. But anyway, I am really close to my 24-hour charity stream as well. Link is in the description if you'd like to get involved with that as well. Anyway, on with the video. Oh, okay, I'm excited. Okay, so we gotta have Chris Pratt playing Ash, and Pikachu can be voiced by Hugh Jackman, and then we can have a cameo of Ryan Reynolds as Charmander. Cool, so the World Championship starting in Japan. Love that. I'd love to go back to Japan. However, when I did go to Japan recently, I got such bad trapped wind on the flight that I didn't sleep at all. And then when I landed, I had drank sake in the afternoon, and then I just had like a feral adventure around Japan, this weird sake-fueled adventure, and I can't remember any of it. 10 out of 10, would do it again. If trapped wind and money wasn't an issue, I guess. Anyway, I digress. I was lucky enough to go to the World Championships in London last year. Really enjoyed it. It's definitely not something you can do in a day. You'd want to spend the whole weekend there. But in a heartbeat, I would trade my Pikachu London plushie for the Japan one. The artwork from the Japan one looks amazing. Very, very excited about that. Okay, now it's all downhill after this next announcement. They announced the Trading Card Classic Collection. If this is how if you can experience Pokemon this way, this is how I'm going to do it. Now, it looks bougie as hell. I am fully involved. If I get to put a suit on, drink whiskey, and look as suave as that while playing a Pokemon card game, I'm there. Don't even worry. I've already bought my ticket. We're on the train. We're choo-chooing all the way to some high sky rise place looking like James Bond but trading Pokemon cards. Oh my god, what if the next Bond film is about Pokemon cards? Anyway, we didn't know much else about it. Apparently there's going to be a sneak peek at the World Championships. I'm pre-ordering it. Anyway, now before the really strong decline happens, we do get shown a little bit of a new series coming out on Netflix called Pokemon Concierge.
お客様として訪れる場所
Oh my god, it literally is Animal Crossing meets Pokemon. It looked pretty cool. Animal Crossing meets Pokemon. Yeah, I'm here for it. I love the animation. I love that it's being on Netflix and it's going to be accessible worldwide. But it does raise the question that would it be cool to maybe see some more darker tones within the Pokemon universe and see and explore some different kind of stories and avenues, and it not always have to be about a protagonist and a Pikachu and their adventures to becoming world champion. Now, I'm not saying we need Attack on Titan meets Pokemon, but it would be cool to see some real life consequences and some real life themes within Pokemon. But hey, you know, I get it. They're probably not going to do that. But anyway, actually, I do need to know. Do you think Pokemon Concierge will be enough to get people to stop cancelling their Netflix subscriptions? Yeah, I don't know. Look forward to it. I'm here to see it. And then it got to the moment we were all waiting for. They moved on to the video games. Yes, perfect. But this is actually where my dreams completely shattered. And it kind of raised the question in my head of like, what was the game that you play the most? Because we got flooded with so many different Pokemon games. But what is the game that you play the most? Get in the comments, let me know. I do need to know. For me, it's always got to be the kind of base games. The Scarlet and Violet, the Sword and Shields, the Sapphire and Emerald, the Red and Blue. You know what I'm talking about. Okay, so firstly we get Pokemon Unite. Wicked, used to love the game, used to rinse it all the time when it first came out. I love that they do a thing where they kind of say, hey look, log in today and you'll get some freebies. And we're like, yeah, we love freebies. And then they're also like, hey look, boss rush stuff. And I'm like, I didn't know about that, that sounds fun. Okay, cool, what's next? And they're like, Pokemon Cafe. And I'm like, no. I don't care. Also, the trailer made it look like we could go somewhere and eat Pokemon food. I don't even know what Pokemon food is, but it looked like we could go somewhere. So, you know, -2 points for making me hungry. And then we moved on to Pokemon GX. Again, minus more points for making me think that it was like an Alpha Sapphire remake coming to Nintendo Switch or something like that. Minus points! And even more minus points for whoever bloody voiced Hop. What was that about?
I want to be as strong as Lee. No, I'm going to be even stronger.
Oh my god, that was the worst British accent I've ever heard. Literally, it was like Hop had gone to the school of Dick Van Dyke or something and watched Mary Poppins and thought, oh, that's how you speak British, mate. And it was just like, oh no! Then we got to Pokemon Sleep. No. Now, what do I love? Sleep. What do I feel okay about Pokemon? Two things coming together. Yeah, no, I'm pretty excited. I'm actually weirdly really excited about playing a game that you play when you're asleep. I'm really excited and intrigued to see how this actually works and how it kind of integrates with third parties, with Apple Watches, Fitbits. How is it going to work with all of the other apps and games that Pokemon have already? Also, is it going to be like Simpsons Tapped Out or something like that? Are you going to collect Pokemon because of your different sleeping styles? Am I going to have to sleep on the streets to collect a Trubbish or something? Do I have to sleep in a paranormal haunted hotel room to get a Haunter or something? I don't know. I will though. I will do that. I will do that. I was hoping they were going to shadow drop it and it was going to be available straight after the presentation, but again, it's going to be released later in the year. I'm gutted because that's when I'm most busy, but take my money. Take it. Then, you know, Pokemon Go comes out. Don't really care about Pokemon Go. I rinse it for like a month and a half every year, delete it, and then re-download it at times throughout the year. It's just weird. I don't really get fully involved with Pokemon Go. But hey, it looks like they're doing some cool stuff to it, like saying Pokemon Go ++. Like, is it a plus and a plus, or is it just Pokemon Plus, but then they had to put the plus word and the sign, just so you know, double plussing. Or is it single plussing? Who knows? However, the new Pokemon device that links with Sleep and Go does look very intriguing. I would like to see how that works. I like any of that real world stuff, so I'm here. But Pokemon Go, you just step aside. Step aside for now. And then we moved on to the final announcement. I'm thinking, come on now. Game Boy Advance and Game Boy have just come onto the Switch. But now, come on, seriously, we've got to have Game Boy Advance games on the Switch. Give us what the people want. And what do we get? Paid DLC. I thought you fixed the game before releasing DLC. I mean, yeah. You know, it feels like the biggest slap in the face ever. It feels like it's the most Nintendo thing in the world. Maybe Pokemon started it and Nintendo copied. Who did it first? Who did it first? However, releasing DLC for a game that isn't stable or running correctly is just massive slap in the face, kick in the teeth, however you want to call it. It just seems wrong. It just seems super crappy. But here we are. This is what people are going to do. I understand the life of game, the game of life, the life of game, the game of life. I understand how these things work. I understand it's a product, you have to pay for it unless you're being put through the Nintendo Switch Online subserver. Maybe no. You're gonna have to pay for it because, you know, they're never gonna acknowledge the issues with performance. Of course, they're just gonna shadow drop a update to the game. When you play games like Breath of the Wild, Xenoblade Chronicles, other big open world games on the Switch, and they run good, and then you play Pokemon and you see the things that you see, it just is not good. It does not leave a nice taste in your mouth, and everyone knows we like good food here. Surely someone somewhere was like, oh, by the way, you know, the performance of this game sucks, and Pokemon have gone, yeah, no, we'll figure it out, we'll put a post out, we'll acknowledge it, and at some point it'll be sorted. Anyway, what we will do is we'll make everyone go bloody feral for a DLC, and they'll definitely pay for it, and we're all like, yeah, we will. We're not happy about it, but we will. We'll pay for it. But anyway, the DLC, it looks cool. God damn it, Pokemon, I still love you. It looks cool. I'd like to play it. I want to see what it is and what's going on there. You know, like, god damn it. It's so ambiguous sometimes. Anyway, they did drop a 1.2 patch, and Switch Up did a fantastic video going into the patch notes on this and seeing the differences between 1.1 and 1.2. Link in the description if you want to check that out. It is very, very interesting. However, did kind of prove that there is some minor bug fixes, but the performance still isn't really that great. The frame rate isn't locked to 30 frames per second, which is like, come on, man. We should at least get 30 frames per second, or just a locked frame rate or something. Come on. The quality actually weirdly looks worse. The shadows doesn't look as good as they did before, so it's kind of like, hang on, are we going backwards here, or like what is actually going on? But hey, Pokemon, right? And then that's kind of the end of it. The DLC is the big reveal at the end. There was no Chris Pratt voicing Pikachu. There was no Ryan Reynolds being Mr. Mime. I mean, that kind of doesn't make sense because of Detective Pikachu. However, I would like to see Detective Pikachu too. I loved the film. I thought it was great. But there was nothing of that. There was none of that. I was gutted. No integration at all between Pokemon and the Switch having Game Boy and Game Boy Advance games available. I just thought, come on now, just pop them in there. But overall, it was 20 minutes. It was kind of okay. When it comes to these kind of presentations where they're just focused on a single franchise, it's kind of nice. It would have been nice to maybe see some acknowledgement or some things upcoming to do with the trading card game with Scarlet and Violet coming out really soon. But again, you can't really do that because obviously the sets in Europe and America are very different to the ones in Asia, so I kind of get that. Oh, Alan's crying. He's saying, I'm very upset that they're not releasing anything for dogs. Why is there no Pokemon card game for dogs? I haven't got thumbs, but I'm sure I could play something or something. Anyway, goodbye, y'all. Bye. Alan, I'm so sorry. Okay, overall, I did enjoy the Pokemon Presents. We did peak at the classic trading card game with the reveal with the whiskey and the 007 and the nerd. I'm here. We slowly declined. I'm just gutted. I would have loved to see some kind of acknowledgement between performance of Scarlet and Violet. It would have been cool to see some Game Boy Advance stuff coming onto the Switch, but you know, hey, look, you can't win them all. It does feel like a bit of a kick in the teeth to do some paid DLC when a game's not working and then shadow drop a performance update and it not really even do much. It's going, man, it's going, but hey, this is kind of life. I know there's worse things going on in the world right now, but hey, now I need to know what you think. Am I being too harsh? Do I need to build a bridge and get over this? Get in the comments, let me know. What did you think of the Pokemon Presents? What were your highs and what were your lows? And with that, we'll catch you all very soon in a bit. Bye! Bye!